Hello, everyone. Amanda here, CEO, co founder, and bariatric coach of Berry Better Inc. My husband and I co founded Berry Better Inc. here in the Silicon Valley, California, United States area. And we do online bariatric coaching in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And I'm here today to talk to you about coronavirus, COVID-19, bariatrics, and emotionally eating. Let's get started. So when I first started going to just regular grocery shopping, actually a little bit before we had the shelter in place order, I was very, very worried about it. As I was going through the aisles in the grocery store, I start seeing empty shelves where pasta, rice, beans, breads were located, and I got very anxious, and the only thing I could think about was the bariatric community and about you watching me today, about all my bariatric clients. And I couldn't think of anything else but come home and start doing a lot of videos and think about the community and things that I can do to share my experiences with you and talk about bariatrics in this quarantine time. So I was obviously very worried about it, and I told to myself, thank God I do not need those foods anymore. And I was very worried about emotional eating and what the bariatric patients who actually already had the surgery and the ones who did not have the surgery because they had to have that postponed due to the COVID-19 are at home and eating emotionally. So I want to talk through about that topic with you today. So since that day, I came home and I start recording a lot of videos. Stay tuned on our channels because I have done a lot of interviews as well, and we're posting them. So I've been interviewing a lot of individuals that are expert on the bariatric field. So it's being very interested, and there's a lot out there for you to learn from them and from us. So I really want to talk to you about why are we thinking of eating emotionally. So, first of all, it's really about being positive, right? You really have to think positive. I know it's easy to say. A lot of people think, it's easy for you to say, but we have to think positive, right? Really think about what would happen if I would have my surgery done, right? Obviously, none of you would like to get virus or infected during this whole process of getting your surgery done. So, thinking positive of why, what can I do instead of thinking of eating emotionally, right? One thing that I always recommend a lot to people is take a nice deep breath. Really, there's a lot going on right now, and people are very confused and anxious. Emotional eating, it's very easy for a lot of people to just go and eat their emotions, but there's way more things that you can do but eat emotionally, and you do not need that during this quarantine time. Bariatric people, we do not need that at all. So let's focus. Let's think about things that we can do that are way better than just go for that food. One of the things that I always tell my clients is a lot of times you actually think you're hungry when you're actually thirsty. So always have your bottle of water next to you, because a lot of times you can just drink the water and not eat what you're thinking you need to eat when you're really not hungry. Okay? Really think about things that you can do instead. There's a lot of reading that you can do right now. A lot of people are watching movies. There's a lot of informational, really good material that you can be watching and reading nowadays. It's a great time actually to prepare and be really ready if you have not yet had your bariatric surgery. And this is very special for you all who have gotten that call that your surgery will need to be postponed because of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. I am totally with you. I totally understand how you feel. For those of you who don't know, I am a bariatric patient as well. I had my gastric bypass surgery in 2016 with great success. So I'm here to share a lot of tips and things that I've done and I continuously do. on a daily basis, because remember, you're not bariatric just right before your surgery or right after your surgery or during your process. You will be bariatric forever. So it's not only during this quarantine time that we have to think about what to do and not to do regarding the emotional eating, but every single day, right? But now specifically, we're talking about those ones that had to have those surgery postponed. So I know what it takes. I remember being, getting ready for my surgery, had, my family, everything programmed, who's going to drive me, who's going to stay with me, time off, and all of that. Also, my bariatric surgeon had me on a 2 weeks pre-op liquid diet. Not everyone does the same, but that was my case. So I know what it takes for you to, have all of that chronogram and prepare everything. And then all of a sudden you get the call that your surgery is not happening. And some of it is just like, we don't even know when your surgery is happening. But I really want you to think on the positive side of things, because this will help you tremendously during your journey. There is always a reason of why things happened, right? And you definitely did not want to get any virus or anything during your bariatric process. So now is a great time for you to actually take that deep breath, focus, think about the positive things that you can do at home, and actually think about how you can prepare even better for your surgery, right? A lot of times we get a lot of pamphlets and things from your doctors, your pre-op book. You should have a lot of things for you to read at home, and a lot of people don't put too much attention on all the reading. So I would definitely recommend that would be a great time for you to actually take care of your body, mind, and soul, and think about the mindfulness of eating. Think about what you were thinking on when you wanted to go for that food that you should not really eat, and think about what is really behind it, right? So just because your surgery was postponed, it doesn't mean that your goal was changed. I really want you to focus on that. Keep focus. And my message to those of you who had your surgery postponed or hold, do not give up ever. Do not give up. What have changed was just your surgery date, nothing else. Your goal has not changed. So that's why I want you to keep focus on that. Keep looking on your goals. Do the things that you have to do every day. Look up on your schedule. Set up a schedule for you, because after your surgery, you really would have to have a great schedule for you to follow. And that's a great time for you to do that, not right now that you have more time at home. So get ready, prepare even more, think positive, take that nice deep breath, get around, talking to people that are very positive and can give you very, very much positive thinking and messages for you when you call your friends or whoever your support system is, because support is very key during your bariatric journey. And I do not want you to get discouraged. I will be posting more videos. I have a lot of more interviews coming up as well. And we keep giving you a lot of tips and things that you can do during this time and during your bariatric process. And I want you to enjoy your bariatric journey.